Today we're going to talk about this 19-year-old girl from Detroit, Michigan, who is now fighting for her life in court because she decided to protect her brother's life in the streets. Now what happened was this woman witnessed 4 individuals beating the crap out of her brother, one of which had a firearm. All right. As they're beating the brother with the firearm, it breaks in their hand. That's how hard they hitting this boy over the head with it. All right. Seeing all of this girl runs back to the car that she just got out of. They didn't even make it inside the store. This is a parking lot. This is a plaza parking lot. They just got out the car. As soon as they get out the car, 4 men aggressively approached them. Didn't give them any time to do anything. Now, this is clearly some street beef. You can tell these guys knew each other, and it was an on-site type of energy that they had. All right. So she sees these dudes beating on her brother. She runs back to the car, grabs her own weapon, and immediately takes out the one that's directly on top of her brother. All right. Now, she actually took the lives of 2 individuals, but she's only getting charged with one of them. All right. She's not being charged with the first one she took out because he was clearly attacking the brother in that very moment. But as soon as she takes him out, the other 3 decide to run away. All right. Now, as they're running away, she kind of chases a little bit one of them that wasn't moving fast enough. All right. Takes him out. OK. And that's the one that she's being charged with 2nd-degree murder for. But I want you to pause right there. Before I continue the story, I want you to think of something real quick.
Returning to a developing story from East Point, a deadly shooting outside a shoe store. 2 groups apparently got into it with this lethal effect. Now police are searching for any possible suspects who might be on the run. Police say it happened this afternoon around 3 outside the Foot Locker on 8 Mile. Police say one person pulled out a gun and started beating another person, and that's when the gun broke. Officers say a woman that grabbed the weapon and shot 4 others. One man died right there at the scene. Another passed away later at the hospital.
We do not think it was random. These 2 groups of people knew each other, and it appears that's what the fight started from, previous disagreements.
People need to learn how to talk things out before coming out into the community and coming out here creating situations like this. Because not only do you have these deceased individuals, but you also have family members standing out here that have to witness their loved ones getting put on gurneys and things of that nature.
Police officers taught me about what self-defense is. And pretty much, if you have to make a split-second decision and you don't know what to do or how to do it, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. All right. Imagine if a police officer was in this situation, 4 individuals beating on him, one of them with a firearm. His partner comes out. If he were to air out the whole scene, that man would probably get a badge or something. All right. When you take away everybody's life story and you just see them for the life essence that they have, we are all equal. All right. This woman doesn't know what these men are capable of. You understand? How is it that one individual can say, I feared for my life, and another individual can't say the exact same thing, as if one life is worth more than the other? Now, I understand the firearm that she used was an unregistered one. All right. Actually, it was stolen, as a matter of fact. And I also understand the reason why she's being charged with tampering with evidence. OK, because after she took out that 2nd individual, the other 2 ran. When they ran, her and her brother ran as well. They ran into their car and left momentarily. OK, then they decided to come back and pick up the shell casings that was left behind and another firearm that was left behind. OK, that's why they're getting hit with tampering with evidence. I can almost understand that. All right, because here's the thing. When you're living wrong, even if you're living wrong the right way, they're still going to hit you the wrong way. You understand? Meaning you shouldn't have a gun, but that gun protected your life and protected your brother's life. So you living wrong, but because of the gun, you living wrong the right way. You understand? So in her mind, she's living wrong all the time. So she just took out the life of somebody. It's time to get rid of the evidence. Even though she did the right thing, now she's making it the wrong way. All right. So now they're hitting both of them with tampering with evidence, and they're hitting both of them with possession of the stolen firearm, the same firearm that they said was able to save that brother's life. Otherwise, she would have got hit with second-degree M for both people, not just one. All right. So actually, I know somebody in real life who actually was in that exact situation. He had an unregistered firearm. Somebody else approached him. They let off first. He let off after and took that individual out. My city didn't even charge him for having they didn't charge him with anything. I think they just took the firearm away and sent him along his way. All right. I think that same thing should apply with this woman right here. You understand? Because she had to make a split-second decision. The one she took out wasn't the one with the firearm. All right. It was one of the other three that was running away. How do we know that the one that she took out, the one that she's getting charged with, how do we know he wasn't running away to get cover, get a better vantage point and have a whole gun battle? You understand? How do we know he wasn't the one with the gun? All right. So she doesn't know what's going on. She has to make a split-second decision. All right. She knows somebody. She's not the only one armed in this situation. And because of those reasons, and because I know that would have worked for other individuals, and we are all equal when we take away our life story. All right. That's why I said we know she's a criminal. We understand the life. Actually, I don't know if she's a criminal. The brother might be. I personally think when she ran back to get that firearm, that was her brother's firearm. All right. And then she did what she did, because those dudes, they approached the brother. All right. It seems as clear that the brother was into some stuff. All right. Once the jury sees the video that I just watched, I hope I did a good job of explaining exactly what happened, because I know for damn sure I can't show the whole thing over here on YouTube. But once they see that video, I really hope she gets off. I really, really hope she gets off and only gets hit with the tampering with evidence. All right. But we all got to understand one thing and one thing only. If one person gets to claim his life, then the other person should be able to claim his life. Nobody wants to die. You understand? Everybody wants to protect their lives. And I want to live in a country that tells me we're all equal and acts like we're all equal. All right. If the standard is over there for these individuals, then the standard needs to be over here for these individuals, because staying alive trumps all. You understand? Keep preserving my life and the lives of the people that I love trumps anything and everything else that I got going on. All right. Unless I'm doing what these dudes were doing, which was harming and trying to take the life of another individual. These are the rules of the nation. These are the rules that we grew up on. These are the rules that we want to follow. All right. So if we got to follow them, then they got to follow them too. So that's really why I think she got to get off, because I know for a fact I've seen too many other people get off on this actually worse situation. At least there was a gun in this situation. At least there was somebody else that actually had a firearm. Other cases, when you hear these boys over here talking about, I feared for my life, I had to make a split-second decision, sometimes there's no gun in the picture regardless. You understand? So no, I'm not going for it. Free that girl. Free that man, or at least free them in like whatever, however long it takes to get rid of that tampering with evidence charge. You understand? Anyways, that's how I feel about the situation, man. That's straight out of Detroit, Michigan. I'll keep you guys posted as more information comes about. But if you watch this whole video all the way through, you might as well subscribe and like. You understand? You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. But if you don't subscribe, it don't even matter. I appreciate your viewership regardless. I'm out of here. Breathe easy.